Hello everyone, AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink, and I have another video for you guys using the new Distress crayons. This was actually the first time I used the Distress crayons. I think this is the second or third video I've posted using them. Yeah, I'm all over the place as usual. And yeah, I am going to say right off, I don't feel that if you're a paper crafter like me and a card maker like me, you don't need to run out and buy these crayons immediately, just being honest. I'm fine. They're great. I don't do much mixed media techniques, that sort of thing. I find that, yeah, I don't know. I used them here with some embossing paste. So I just scribbled on 2 of the crayons onto my little non-stick craft sheet here. So I scribbled on the mustard and the mustard seed and the spice marmalade. And then I just mixed them with some white embossing paste and my palette knife. And I find with this specifically in white embossing paste, you cannot get very vibrant colors. I do add a little bit more of the crayon here to deepen the color, but I find really you can just use Distress inks and get this and get better results. You can get much more vibrant colors. Like I said, these seem to work. The color I see from other people, gorgeous colored techniques and everything else, they're doing more mixed media. You know, they'll use some embossing paste and then they'll add some crayon and then they'll add some ink and do different things. And they just create these beautiful things with these crayons that that's not how my brain works. So they are fun. The jury for me is still out on them. So we'll see. So I was okay though with this. I kind of was okay with them being sort of paler. I didn't want the embossing paste to be like super, super vibrant. So I mixed up the 2 colors and I didn't mix up very much because I didn't want to cover this entire background. So I've got some heavyweight white cardstock here and I'm taping down my stencil. This is my favorite thing's geometric grid stencil. So I taped it down and then I just scrape the embossing paste over the stencil. And you can see I purposely did not make enough. I didn't want to cover all of it. I wanted it to be sort of messy. And I did the 2 colors because I kind of wanted them to blend into each other a little bit. So I just scraped on and used up every little bit that was left on my little palette knife here. And then as soon as I had all the embossing paste on, I immediately took the stencil off. This is always the best part. I just love this. Love it. And took this off, and then I took my stencil and my palette knife straight to the sink, rinsed them off, and then the craft mat, I just wipe it off with a baby wipe and everything just cleans up really, really well. And then I had set this aside to dry for, I'm not even sure how long. I was busy with my kids and that. So I just set it aside to dry and then went on to make my actual card. These flowers I will be showing in a video coming up in, I don't know when. I did separate cards stamping these flowers and watercoloring them with Peerless watercolors, and this was actually a leftover piece that I had damaged the rest of the piece of watercolor paper, but I didn't want to throw out what I had done. I really liked the flowers. They're so bright and fun and everything, so I salvaged it by die cutting it with one of the inside and out stitch circle stacks dynamics from MFT. And yeah, I had that sitting on my desk along with a few other things, so I thought, hey, I'm going to make a card. So that's where this sort of evolved. So I used that, and then I have Simon Says Stamp. This was their painted thanks die, and I die cut it 3 times from some black cardstock, and then adhered all of them together with some Ranger Multimedia Matte adhesive. And then I had some blue Mayarts ribbon in my stash, and the blue just kind of really went with that little bit of blue that's on one of the watercolored flowers. So I added some of that to my little panel here, and then I adhered this die cut piece of cardstock or watercolor paper to the panel with foam tape. And that's where you can see why I applied the embossing paste more on those areas, because I knew that center area was going to get covered up by this die cut. And then to adhere the thanks die, I used a little bit of my Cool Tack clear foam adhesive just on the ends there that we're going to hang over the die cut flower piece. So cut those down really thin, added a couple pieces, and then I put the extra back on the roll here. And then I always keep the roll stored in the original packaging because it's basically sticky on all sides. It would pick up lint like crazy, so I always keep it in the packaging. And then the rest of the die cut, I just added the multimedia matte adhesive to, and then pressed that down and held it for a few seconds until it was dry. And then as a final bit of embellishment, I added some pink doodlebug sprinkles to the card. Since I had the yellow of the embossing paste, the blue of the ribbon, and then to kind of tie in that final little flower, I added the pink little sprinkles. And then my card base is some heavyweight white cardstock that was cut to 4 1/4 by 11. So I scored it at 5 1/2 inches with my Teflon bone folder. And then I grabbed the Simon Says Stamp Inside and Out Sayings set, which I am obsessed with. I love the sentiments in this set. They're just different and fun. So I stamped those on the inside of the card. And then I stamped another one of the same flowers from the MFT. This is the Sketched Bloom set. That's what I'd used on the front of the card. And again, I just decided to try out. I picked up the color directly from the crayon. This is how I knew from that Peeps card I posted not too long ago that this would work. I just picked up the color with the tip of my water brush and painted it right onto the stamped flower. Now this is on just heavyweight white cardstock. This is not watercolor paper, so I knew I wouldn't be able to move the color around very much. But I was able to pick up the color and I was happy with the results. It was just quick and easy. The crayons were already sitting here. I didn't have to pull out anything else, and it just kind of gave that little bit of extra color to the inside of the card. So that was my card for today. I will have all the supplies linked and then a video coming soon showing how I did all those flowers. So yeah, check out the description box below the video. I'll have a link to my blog post, links to the supplies, all that sort of info. So check that out below if you're interested. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing and thumbs upping my videos. I really appreciate it, and I love all the positive interaction. It's been a lot of fun lately. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.